What's up, y'all? Mr. Cash 22 here with another new episode. Like, comment, subscribe down below. This one I might do part 1, 2, and 3, depending on how much I can get done or how complex it gets. That's what I'll do. But for right now, let's get straight to it. So, what we're solving right now for question 1 is solving a linear equation. So, quick rule of thumb is with any linear equation, what we're going to be solving for is the variable. So the variable right here for right now for question 1 is obviously the x. Okay. So in order for us to solve for this, how do we get x by itself? Okay. So a way to proceed with this is what we're going to do is just add the 5 on both sides, correct? And you'll see, because if you add this -5 and this +5, that goes away. Okay. So when you add those two, you're only left with the x here. And then you have the equal sign. And then when you add the 7 and the 5, you get 12. Okay? Pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. Okay. Example number 2. Same rule applies. Remember, we're solving for the variable. So, for the variable on this question is the 3x. Okay? But the end goal, okay, our end goal is to get x by itself. Okay? So, how do we proceed? Okay. So, same rule applies. We got to get this 3x currently by itself. So, we got this +4. What we can do is subtract this -4, correct? And what we're left is, that's a 0. We're left with the 3x here, which equals this -12 right here. And if you divide the 3 on both sides, you get x equals this -4. Okay. Alright, so since we did 2 examples, I want to show you guys something. Another cool way just to confirm that you're doing the problem that you're solving for correctly is if you take this 12, correct, and you stick it back in this x, the original question, okay? So if we do, so here's the original, and we put a 12 here, -5. Interesting. You get a 7, okay? So same rule applies. We take this 3x plus 4 equals -8, and we got this -4, put it in for x, correct, plus 4. Let's see what we get. We get 3 times this -4, you get the -12, okay, plus 4, interesting, gets you -8. So that's another way to confirm your answer, okay, if you're ever in doubt, okay? If you're ever in doubt, like I said, always, always double check that the solution that you got, once you apply it back to the original problem, you can get it. Alright, let's go to question number 3. Let's say we had something written like this. 5y minus 12 equals 3. Same rule applies. Just add the 12 on both sides. Get your 5y. You know this is automatically 0. And you're left with the equal sign. Now you add the 12 and the 3, and you get your 15. And now remember, the goal is to get y by itself. Well, how do we get y by itself? We got an equal sign here. A lot of people first instinct is, well, let me subtract this 5, and 5y and put it on this side. It doesn't work like that. This is multiplication, by the way. So since the opposite of multiplication is division, that's probably going to be the smartest thing to do. And how we can go by that is we can take this 5 and divide it on both sides, okay? So you're finally left with 15 divided by the 5, and what you get is a 3, okay? So same rule applies with right here what we did on question 2. As you can see, we have a 3x equals the -12. You got to remember that this is technically just saying 3 times x, okay? So since that's 3 times x, you just take the 3 and divide it on both sides, okay? Alright, let me pull out another question. Let's say, let me push this back as well. Alright, let's throw in one more. Let's say number 4. Let's say we had something like this. 6x minus 15 equals 45. Okay, so same rule applies. The goal is to get the x, the variable, by itself, okay? So how do we proceed, and how do we solve for this? Like I said, don't overthink it. Since we have a negative 15, we want to get this 6x isolated. So what we'll do is we'll add the 15 to both sides, okay? So this negative 15 plus this positive 15 will make that a 0, correct? Drop this 6x down, so you get 6x. And then you get this 45, and then you also get this 15, okay? So when you add the two, 45 plus the 15, you get 60, okay? Now, like I said, the goal is to get x by itself. So we do know that this is 6 times y, 6 times x. And in order for us to get this x by itself, what we would have to do is simplify this and get the 6 on this side. So we get the 6 divided by the 6 right here. And then we get 60 divided by the 6. So then when we do 6 times x divided by 6, the 6 goes away, okay? And the reason why the 6 are going away is obviously what's on top and what's on bottom is the same, so adios. So then you drop the x, then 60 divided by the 6, it's just 10. Alright, part 1's pretty much summed up. Like I said, part 2, it's going to be medium, and then if I can do part 3, or if I think part 3 might be the smartest thing, it's going to be the hardest part, okay? But this is what we're going to work with right now. Let this, just savor in, soak this in, do what you got to do. Practice makes perfect, and keep up the hard work. I'll see you guys next time. Take care, and goodbye.